In an industry where men outnumber women even more than they once did, we need women like Maddie and Tae to sing about the struggles, but ultimately the empowerment of rural women in the 21st century. I'm Laura Youngblood, and welcome to my YouTube channel, From Laura's Perspective. At least 3 times a week, I post video essays about music, politics, current events, food, drink, history, art, business, and so much more. If you've seen my videos before and already know that, welcome back. Today, I'm going to talk about Maddie and Tae, a female country duo who have not only openly addressed sexism in the country music industry, both present and past, but spoken to the experiences of urban and rural women alike. How did it all start? Well, in 2010, 15-year-old Maddie Marlow from Sugarland, Texas, and Taylor Dye from Ada, Oklahoma, met at a showcase in Dallas, Texas, after attending the same vocal coach for a while. It was while attending high school over the next 4 years that the duo began performing under the name Sweet Aliana. After graduating high school, Maddie and Tae moved to Nashville to begin their music careers and were signed to Dot Records in June 2014. On November 4th of that year, Maddie and Tae released their self-titled EP, which included 4 of their original tracks. These songs, grouped with others, would be tracks on Maddie and Tae's first studio album, Start Here. Was originally scheduled to be released on June 2nd, 2015, but this was delayed until August 28th of that year so that the duo would have more time to work on the album. Maddie explained that the tracks on Start Here were meant to tell the duo's stories, something they wanted to continue with all albums from then on. Start Here peaked at number 2 on the Billboard Top Country Albums chart and at number 7 on the Billboard 200. Start Here's lead single and Maddie and Tae's debut single was Girl in a Country Song. The duo got the idea to write the song while listening to popular country songs on the radio for ideas and wondered how the woman being addressed in those songs must feel. Thus came about Girl in a Country Song, a witty commentary on the misogynistic tropes commonly used in the bro country subgenre, such as cut-off jeans, tan legs, shaking money makers, and women drinking on tailgates. The song even goes so far as to make direct references to popular songs that use these tropes, such as My Kinda Party by Jason Aldean, Get Me Some of That by Thomas Rhett, Boys Round Here by Blake Shelton, and Get Your Shine On by Florida Georgia Line, just as a few examples. Girl in a Country Song reached number 1 on the Billboard Country Airplay chart, making Maddie and Tae the first female duo to top that chart with their debut single since the 2006 single Leave the Pieces by The Wreckers, and only the second female duo to have their debut single reach that position at all. For Start Here's second single, Fly, Maddie and Tae received help from Tiffany Vartanian in writing the song. The song is of slow tempo and uses sincerity and vulnerability, unlike Girl in a Country Song, a catchy feminist anthem that makes heavy use of wisecracks, sarcasm, and humor. Fly is about a girl going through a tough time in her life who wants very badly to find success in the world, but fears she never will. The single was certified gold by the RIAA and peaked at number 9 on both the Billboard Country Airplay chart and Hot Country Songs chart. For Start Here's third single, Shut Up and Fish, Maddie and Tae were praised by critics for reversing the traditional gender roles in a country song, this time having the country girls taking jabs at the supposed incompetence of male city slickers when it's usually the males doing this with females in country music. The song is about an actual experience the duo had the summer they were 16 years old, in which they invited city boys on a fishing trip, and these guys made their privileged backgrounds obvious with the way they dressed and their lack of skills at fishing. However, Shut Up and Fish didn't perform quite as well as its preceding two singles commercially, peaking at number 23 on the Billboard Country Airplay chart and at number 30 on the Hot Country Songs chart. Aaron Schertz helped Maddie and Tae write Sierra, the fourth and final single released off of Start Here. Like Shut Up and Fish, Sierra is based on a real-life experience Maddie had, this time with the girl of the song's namesake who bullied her and who the lyrics poke fun at. But Sierra also underperformed commercially, peaking at number 47 on the Billboard Country Airplay chart and not making it onto any other chart in any country. In early 2017, nearly 2 years after the release of Start Here, Maddie and Tae's record label Dot Records shut down while they were in the middle of working on their second studio album, The Way It Feels. It took nearly 3 years for the album to finally be released in April 2020, but in the meantime, the tracks on the albums were released on 2 separate EPs. The Way It Feels is a concept album with all songs revolving around the same relationship, which Maddie and Tae intended to serve as a follow-up to their debut album, Start Here. The Way It Feels could definitely be considered Maddie and Tae's sophomore slump, as the album received no certifications in any country, peaking at number 7 on the Billboard Top Country Albums chart and at number 74 on the Billboard 200. The Way It Feels' lead single, Friends Don't, was Maddie and Tae's first single released in 2 years. Justin Ebach and John Knight co-wrote the song with Maddie and Tae, and the song is about the boyfriend and girlfriend at the subject of the album's story meet, and the boy suggests through small gestures that he likes the girl as more than a friend. This single didn't do much better than the album it was meant to promote, peaking at number 33 on the Billboard Country Airplay chart and at number 39 on the Hot Country Songs chart. The album's second single, Die From a Broken Heart, was the light at the end of this tunnel, being certified double platinum by the RIAA, reaching the top of the Billboard Country Airplay chart and peaking at number 2 on the Hot Country Songs chart. In the lyrics of Die From a Broken Heart, the narrator makes a phone call home to her mother seeking advice and comfort following a breakup, quite likely the end of the relationship on which this concept album centers. The Way It Feels' promotional single, Bathroom Floor, wasn't actually added to the album until 2019. In this song, the narrator attempts to cheer up a friend who is going through a breakup by taking her out for drinks and for an opportunity to rebound. The narrator is quite likely the friend of the concept album's protagonist and is trying to take her mind off of the breakup that takes place at the end of the story. Maddie and Tae's most recent compilation to date, Through the Madness, is the first part of a two-part album, similar to Imagine Dragons' Mercury or Jason Aldean's Macon, Georgia. Though Through the Madness Volume 1 is actually an EP and not a studio album, this is one of those rare times that I talk about one of an artist's EPs because it has that much significance in their career. Will Groff said of this country pop EP in Holler magazine that Maddie and Tae were arguably playing it safe, yet they made for a captivating pair, and that Through the Madness contained nuances of certain songs that reward paying full attention, and most listeners would agree with Groff. Holler itself rated the EP 7 out of 10. Through the Madness peaked at number 46 on the Billboard Top Current Album Sales chart and at number 79 on the Top Album Sales chart, though this is to be expected given that it was merely an EP. Woman You Got was Through the Madness's lead single and probably its most notable one. The song is about a woman who is explaining her flaws and emotional baggage to a man who is proposing to her, quite likely inspired by proposals from Maddie and Tae's recent husbands, Jonah Font and Josh Kerr, respectively. Some say that this anthem of female empowerment marked Maddie and Tae's evolution from the teenage girls they were when they released Start Here to the mature leading ladies they just become when they released this song. The music video contains scenes that make references to films such as Clueless and Risky Business, and appearances from the duo's husbands. Woman You Got peaked at number 53 on the Billboard Country Airplay chart. The next single released off of Through the Madness was its title song, which is just called Madness. The title refers to the various adversities a couple knows they may face, but they vow to still love each other in spite of all of it. I don't want to assume anything, but it would make sense if Maddie and Tae wrote this song to be about their respective recent marriages. Strangers was the third and final single released off of Through the Madness Volume 1. In this song, the narrator wonders how she and the addressee were ever strangers, given how close they are and how well they know each other. Strangers peaked at number 50 on the Hot Country Songs chart, but didn't make it onto any other charts or receive any certifications. The second half of this album, Through the Madness Volume 2, is set to be released very soon. It'll contain tracks such as Drinking to Remember, Girl After My Own Heart, and Spring Cleaning, and continue on themes not only from the album's first part, but Maddie and Tae's music in general, such as love, heartbreak, womanhood, resiliency, and empowerment. When this and more of Maddie and Tae's music comes out, I'll probably make a second Maddie and Tae analysis, though this might be a while given that Tae and her husband Josh recently had a baby girl who was a preemie born at 27 weeks. Thank you all so much for watching. Although they've unfortunately been overshadowed by men in the country music industry, as so many female artists often are, Maddie and Tae and their music nonetheless serve as an important reminder of the importance of women and their stories in country music. especially in the age of bro country, when female inclusion mostly consists of women in cutoff jeans being catcalled and drinking on tailgates. Despite the problematic nature of these songs, I do really like these artists and their talent, if you didn't already know, and have even done a few artist analyses on these guys, which you can find the link to the playlist of on your end screen, as well as some of the other content I publish at least 3 times a week. But of course, this is only the beginning. If it tickles your fancy, smash that subscribe button and bang that notification bell to join my video essay library.